This is Jessica Potts, and I will be discussing the cons of English being the international business language because it is already estimated that by the end of the century, half of the 6,000 plus languages spoken today will disappear. Companies such as Nissan Motor, Sony, and Fast Retailing, just to name a few, have mandated that English be the primary spoken language by employees. Along with the eradication of languages such as Babuza, Basay, and Hoenya, just to name a few, so goes the decimation of the cultures to which they tie. Traditions will be forgotten, English itself will be simplified and dumbed down, and we will continue to lose grip of our differences that make us unique. Doing business in a foreign land should mean that a company has enough skill and respect to conform to the languages of those they wish to do business with. Alas, money is the real talker, and if the economy in that country needs American trade, it will surely give in. China alone has 144 native languages. A colorful culture full of life is threatened with the extinction of so far 9 languages, while 95 of those languages are on the verge of extinction, and another 41 languages are considered vulnerable. While forcing employees to learn English may be good for the company, it reeks of cultural imperialism. Without respecting diversity, the company assumes the role of sheep maker, prompting people to be culturally indistinct from one to the next. This would truly be a shame. Instead of teaching the whole workforce to learn English, wouldn't it be less expensive, both monetarily and culturally, to hire skilled managers who are multilingual and neutral translators for business deals? This is the web page of United Nations Educational, Scientific, and Cultural Organization. And on this page, it shows you graphically the vulnerabilities of different languages in different countries. I've set mine to China. And here you can see, up here's the key. So we've got vulnerable, definitely endangered, severely endangered, critically endangered, and extinct. And these are all the little dots. So in Hong Kong, where Americans do a lot of business, in Taiwan, where Americans do a lot of business, languages are being critically endangered, severely endangered, and extinct. If we look at Taiwan alone, China as a whole has had 9 languages extinct. On the island of Taiwan alone, 8 of those extinct languages are from Taiwan. If we look at the number of U.S. companies doing business in Taiwan, such as HP, Dell, IBM, Intel, DuPont, Microsoft, there's more than 30 multinational companies doing business there. Since the 60s, the late 60s and the early 70s, it also looks like IBM has been present in Taiwan since 1956. And while, yes, the Taiwan economy has grown, up here in the corner you can see where $15.8 billion of the U.S. dollars went towards direct investment in Taiwan in 2011. And the U.S. ranks first as a foreign investor in Taiwan in 2012, totaling $1.85 billion. But again, I go back to our map of Taiwan to see the extinct languages. Along with extinct languages will come things like an increase of plastic surgery for young adults there. They become less aware of their original traditions and become Americanized. And is that always best policy? This article in Taipei Times, written by Chao Susian, says that recent media reports suspect that legislators have been in the ministry have been announcing a zero crime growth rates, that it's based on false data. So not only has crime risen in the last during the years 1887 or 1987 to 2002, the crime rate in Taiwan rose almost 2.4 times that of uh, from 87 to 2002. So other statistical data from that period, from that same period, is that unemployment rose from 1.9% to 5.17%. The crude divorce rate went from 1.18% to 2.73%. The income inequality ratio increased from 4.96 to 6.39, and economic growth fell from 12.74% to 3.54%. And the author says that, in other words, 20 years of economic growth might buy wealth for the nation, and the efforts of the police to improve the quality of the service might make the country a safer place, but broken homes and lost youth may spoil this hard-earned wealth and safety 10 times, 100 times over. So instead of encouraging cultural imperialism by making employees speak English, these major corporations have an obligation to further enrich the lives of these people. They should encourage them to keep within traditions, to help each other understand traditional gaps, and to provide classes instead of on English on diversity, humanity, and respect.